But before we get to that, I first have to point out something else that sometimes gets overlooked whenever you're talking about the lore of a video game, and that's the reliability of the narrator. Take the Elder Scrolls, for example. I still have really passionate fights with a friend of mine from high school about whether or not there's a continent filled with giant dragon monkey hybrids, all because of one poorly sourced book tucked away in the corner of a library in Morrowind. A book that's written from the perspective of the video game by an inhabitant of the game, which means it falls victim to all the problems that real historical accounts in our world do. Misinformation, bias, and sometimes straight up malicious fibbing. The point is, in-game accounts that come from the perspective of a character in that world are inherently unreliable. You can only trust what you see with your own two eyes. And, more importantly, you can only trust what's in the cold, hard data. On top of it, Undertale is even worse. Even the framing of the entire game is unreliable. Menus, dialogue options, actions you perform in-game, these all have a bias as though the game itself were a character. That's important to keep in mind as we review the available information on Souls, and ultimately becomes crucial to keep in mind as we start unpacking the data itself.